they'll be calling you a radical. So these people need to be locked up. So the United States has decided they're going to buy up all the Japanese seafood. Well, anybody who's eating seafood in the United States, oh, we've tested. Oh, really? Let me present the data. Let me present the data to you on we've tested. Now, stay with me. This is unarguable. I don't do their fucking imperialist propaganda. I don't play their imperialist media propaganda. All the media, all journalists in this country are fucking imperialist propagandist journalism, imperial fucking puppets. That's all they are. That's all these so-called journalists are. CNN, Fox News, ABC, freaking Reuters, BBC, all of them, you know. That's all they are. All they are is the nuclear energy crime syndicate cult puppets. That's all they are. The EPA, all these government agencies, these politicians, including Trump, including Obama, including Biden, nuclear energy crime syndicate puppets. That's all. They don't say Fukushima. They don't mention the fucking word for 12 and a half years. Now they're saying it all over. So I'll present the data. Kevin Blanch, I do this. You fake scientists out there need to freaking be locked up. You work for Caltech. You work for Berkeley. You work for San Diego State. You work for UCLA. You work for Weber State. All you biologists, marine biologists. You work for the EPA. You work for NOAA. You should be locked up. I'll present the data. I do the science. I don't play the propaganda shit. Oh, it's clean. We want to see. I'll show you the testing. I'll present the data inside these tags again and again and again. In May. Remember, they didn't stop dumping the water till when? August 24th, 2023, a day that will live in infamy. From the lies. It's just a giant red herring. It's the greatest red herring in history. May of 2023. I'll go real slow for you kiddies. May is 2 months earlier than August of 2023. That means it happened before. Hello, you're so fucking hypnotized. You can only be hypnotized if you want to be hypnotized. The data's all over out there. It's even regurgitated by propaganda puppet freaking Guardian. But this is good media that reported this. In Asia, around the globe. It was reported everywhere on Earth, including the decent media. Not these YouTube propagandists. Fukushima's a hoax. My YouTube site goes, those people need to be locked up. So, in Fukushima Harbor, before the tank water, rockfish was 18,000 becquerels of cesium-137. What is cesium-137, kiddies? Cesium-130 is a byproduct from a nuclear meltdown, from a nuclear fission event. Why do they use that one? Because the half-life's short. But if you have one, you have all the others, including strontium-90, including americia, including plutonium. That you eat that fish, I'm telling you, well, you just get food poisoning. No, you'll get cancer later and die. It will unzip your DNA so fast. And you don't think I know it? It's like we were talking yesterday. And he's like, God, you are unbelievable on your mind on leukemia. And I says, well, look, I don't eat, sleep, drink it. I sleep with it. Just the fact that I go in the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. Think about this compelling story. And they kettle me. They slander me. They're my own government. They hired teams of trolls. Literally dozens of Facebook pages and YouTube sites with my name on 100%. Most of them are gone now, but they did the damage. To slander me, call me every name in the book to the point where it almost got me killed. Kevin and Karen Silkwood on Balco. Whoa. These people played nasty and dirty. Okay, that's in May of 2023. That's 180 times over the raised legal limit. Why do they have legal limits? Raised. Now remember, Obama's answer was to fly to Argentina after he stood on the White House lawn, told the greatest lie in human history. Well, the scientists are telling us the plume's coming over us now. Scientists tell us if he was flown to Argentina that day with CEO of GE, all the muckmucks. when Hillary's emails were being leaked out by Kevin Blanch at the exact same time, the whole kind of, got to go talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima. Now, why would she talk to Henry before? Oh, that Henry. Whoa. Still running the show? Remember Cambodia? Ted Koppel. This year. Well, there's people on this show that didn't even want me to do this interview because they consider you a war criminal. If you called Z in China, would he take it? Yeah, of course. If you called Putin, if you put in a call, yeah, of course. What? At 100? Remember Cambodia? Isn't that who gave us a bummer dumber? I mean, whoa. Got to talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima? What? Is he a biologist? Is he a nuclear physicist? What? Can't you figure this imperialist puppet show out yet? Nuclear's their biggest crowning jewel. They can cover up 3 meltdowns. Okay, let's back up. This is an important video. This is a historic video. Let's back up. So Obama raised the legal limits 4 times. Gina McCarthy was head of RADNet. What's RADNet? Radiation detecting networks all over the country to detect radiation when an event like this happens, or a dirty bomb. Do you know they crashed it immediately that day? Took them down. Oh, just coincidence. Typo's dead at your feet. Just wasting these coincidences. All predicted and foretold by Kevin Blanch. First, you hypothesized knowledge. These are full-blown out meltdowns right here in my house. They're lying. These are full-blown. They're going to circle the wagons, and they're going to lie. These are full-blown out nuclear meltdowns. Never happened at Chernobyl. Never happened at Mayak. Never even happened at Santa Susana in Los Angeles. This is the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. Fucking, you're telling me there's no byproduct from nuclear meltdowns in the seafoods? Okay. As Kevin Blanch told you that day and every day thereof, stay untuned. So there's no origin. They got rid of the origin of food coming into the United States. Remember? I'm the guy that turned, they want to kill Bert and Ernie. In the budget of 2011, right after Fukushima happened, they were arguing over, the same thing we're over now, just freeing out of control debt, cut the tax rate on these same corporatist scumbags, and just loot us. So they had a sacrificial line. They wanted to pull the plug on PBS, which they already did anyway, the Koch brothers, which is the Koch brother now got it, or pull the food inspection. Oh, they pulled the food inspection, the fish. Yeah, me and Tim Martin have documented up there in Oregon, fish coming in directly off the boat. There's no food, directly to the markets. There's no inspection. Oh, no, they're not. So these tests that I'm presenting, and I'll post them all. Okay, let's back up. Let's go to February of 2022. 1,400 becquerels of cesium-137, 40 kilometers off the coast of Fukushima, 300 meters down into the column. What's the column? That's the Japanese current. That's one of the swiftest rumors in the world that runs directly into the California current, that splits and runs directly to Bristol Bay, runs directly to Oregon, runs directly to California. Remember we were finding cesium-137 in tuna in San Diego in 2011, right before Kevin Blanch got cancer? Huh? Really? Cesium-137, all comes from a fish. What? Yeah. Remember the bridge made it to Gold Beach from a freeway, an overpass bridge that cars drive on to Gold Beach, Oregon from Fukushima, Japan on day 6 of the... I'll tell you how big of a cover-up and Bummer dumber. Bummer never mentions Fukushima again after he says the plume's coming, and he lied. Hillary's email said, don't go outside. If you do, play it safe, get some iodine tablets, which don't work, by the way. Wash your clothes if you've been outside. Don't take any chances. The radiation plume has radiation in it. So he knew. He lied. It's the greatest lie in human history. He's flown to South America? Huh. He didn't mention it again until right before he left office, many years later, on Jimmy Kimmel. Well, I'm Jimmy Dumbass Kimmel. Where's Johnny Carson when you need him? I mean, this is the dummy and down of America. Do you ever get calls in the middle of the night like Hillary said? Come on, Jimmy Kimmel. The fucking guy was president for 8 years. He's president of the fucking United States. What are you, in kindergarten? I mean, that's how these people talk. Yeah, Yeah. Oh, really? When? You know, like when Fukushima happened. Blah, 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 I'm Jimmy Kimmel. What's a butcher? I'm a butcher. What's a cow? I'm a baker. What's a cake? I live in L.A. What's Santa Susana? Blah, 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 blah. What's Fukushima? Barry Antoinette Obama. You know, the typhoon. Just a 9-point earthquake. The greatest fucking multiple nuclear core meltdowns. 8 spent fuel pools, including MOX fuel, blown to fucking hell. What's Fukushima? Tide pools collapse. Kevin Blanche does all that. I first do hypothesize knowledge. I says, look, they're lying. They're lying. I get cancer. It's going to give you cancer. Oh, I got cancer. First son of Hamlet and Cassandra. Oh, curse the spite that I was ever born to set this right. Just the fact that I go in with a radical form of AML on 11/11. I mean, what, as Einstein would say, your place in time, Blanche. And they went after me. They squashed my... Now Google is admitting. Anybody who used the word Fukushima meltdowns, only one person was doing that on Earth. You go talk to people in Japan. Go ask Kathy Iwani. Go ask Rachel Godoy, who were trapped in Japan with their children at Okinawa. So this folds into Okinawa. So guess what? They says they're going to buy up all the fish to support the industry and feed it to the military, the Navy person. Well, you remember the USS Reagan? Make it so. Do you know about the USS Reagan? Do you know they wanted to send in, they did send in 32 ships to entomb Fukushima and do a major evacuation. Most people were saying they wanted all U.S. military personnel and U.S. citizens evacuated from Fukushima, from the entire island of Japan. Ships were sent in to evacuate. Rahm Emanuel, yep, that guy. Now, how's he in the Situation Room? Haas Cartwright, John Holdren, yes, he was the science technology, yep, the eugenicist from Berkeley, who's at Harvard. Now, that guy. How about Haas Cartwright? So they're arguing, and I'm the guy that put that girl up to the interview with in the Beltway to John Holdren. And John Holdren, she got one interview, just ripping Trump, blah, blah. The next interview, I prepped her and got her ready. She got a second interview talking to her about Fukushima and the USS Reagan. He let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, he says, we argued in there for hours and hours. I left. Then they called me back and I went home. And then I says, yeah, go ahead and send it in. USS Reagan, Operation Friendship. Try Googling around that. That's internet scrubbed from hell. We had a trial, remember? So they sent it in. They get right there and they radiated the shit out of their own men. Their own Navy. Just radiated. Just like they did my father in the Nevada test site. Just like they did him. Just like they're doing now with the fish. Eat up. Do not, and I'll be calling all my children, all my friends, anybody. Well, I've already been screaming my head off for a free control. Do not eat any seafood because we don't know where it came from. That label, I don't even eat rice because I don't even know where it came from. A lot of rice is imported from that region, you know. Breaking news. The jet stream news, we're the downwinders here in the United States. We got hammered here those days that Obama lied to us. And then Trump, I asked Trump to his face, are you going to talk about Fukushima in Salt Lake? It made Fox News Utah. Of course, they've pulled that away. You know, remember, Sanjay Gupta and Anderson Vanderbilt were at Fukushima, Japan, saying meltdown for the first 5-6 days, hundreds of times. Then they flew home and never mentioned it again. Anderson Vanderbilt was never mentioned the word since. And when he was just, they flew out, they came home. And Sanjay Gupta, practicing MD, he violated his own, talk about a hypocrite, his oath. Sanjay Gupta, MD. That's back when I still had a TV. Saturday morning, March 25th, 2011. I have a doctor. So they bring on this dirtbag little from Michigan. I'm an artist. He's an artist. I'm a rainbow striped fucking giraffe. I was laying in my bed when Chernobyl happened, you know, because I had rheumatic fever, blah, blah, blah. And I always thought it'd be 3 eyeballs and arms. I grew up and I went to Chernobyl and it's all good. There's nothing wrong. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Then he brings in a doctor from Japan. Yes, and he uses the 11-year-old folding paper crane, because I got a hold original one of Sudoku's in my hand, is in Japan. They call it the atom bomb disease. Uses the 11-year-old innuendo. as you know, Suzuki died at 11 of the atom bomb disease post the bomb. My dad died of the atom bomb disease after being nuked by his own men in the Nevada test site. Now they're feeding them freaking, here, eat up, you in the Navy. Eat up. We've tested. They're lying. I just presented the testing to you. Now let's even back up. Let's go to Ken Buser, who lied all over, was everywhere. The international study from the boat in the University of Hawaii, which is called the KOK study. They secretly went to Fukushima in June of 2011. Scientists, supposedly, fake scientists, including, I've tried to hit up these people. You know, one of them was from the University of Arizona. I mean, Bueller's on the study, whatever. They went in and took samples. Again, 40 kilometers off the coast of California, 300 meters down into the column, the current. First, this is, I put it out, I leaked it out, it's all over the internet now, you know, because it got presented by the Europeans, the U.S. I mean, again, it's nothing but the nuclear energy crime syndicate, politician puppets. The scientists, academia is nothing but the nuclear energy crime syndicate, politician puppet show. That's all it is. It's a puppet show here. Our media's pitiful. Don't say the word Fukushima for 12 years and now they're going to red herring you with this shit? Fucking tank water then, or cut the fucking tank water again? I'll present the data. So, first sample set. This is in June of 2011. First sample of cesium-137, strontium-90, all the freaking culprits come from nuclear fission. What's the background level, kids? That's from the Bikini Atoll bombs, all the dumping in the ocean. We know at that level. NOAA keeps track of it. Now, NOAA will tell you, no, not our job, because they've been told to stand down. It's like the fucking coward media, the puppet, the propagandist puppets. Fukushima is the ultimate litmus test. So, first isotope, cesium-137, strontium-90, all of them, 3 times the background level. Whoa, whoa. That's what we call an outliner, kids. Second sample set, it gets worse. 50! Oh, 50 fucking times. That's an outliner, kids. That we know. Third sample set, 1,000 times. Abuser goes all over the media. He says, oh, that doesn't hurt you. Okay. 1,000 times the background level of cesium-137 strontium. Are you kidding me? Just like 18,000 becquerels of cesium-137 in freaking raw. Oh, breaking news, fish swim. Breaking news, we don't even monitor the freaking international waters or in U.S. water. We're the downwinders. Breaking news, yesterday moves left to right. We're the downwinders in Utah. The sea, again, the bridge made it to Gold Beach in 6 days. Hello, wake up. That data's out there. In there, I put it out before it was, the abstract was even written, before it was in conclusion. Now they write in conclusion because Europe has put it out. It's out there. Holdren broke the classification inside the Situation Room so I could talk about it. He's the one that broke it. He's the one that should be here. Haas Cartwright. You remember Haas Cartwright? The Joint Chief of Staff Marine. Now, you know my father, the Semper Fi Marine, who was nuked. Haas Cartwright, the Marine. Remember he leaked out what was going on in the Middle East about the Stuxnet virus and Obama? Got to talk to Henry before. Oh, Obama says, we're going to find this person. We're going to throw in whoever leaked this to the New York Times, blah, blah. He went psycho. Well, that was his confidant. The guy that he had named to be the Joint Chief of Staffs, Cartwright. It gets out of it. He did it. He got found guilty and was sent to prison. Obama pardoned him. But he said inside the Situation Room, and I'm the guy that put this all out in the internet. They wanted him in. They were fighting. They were arguing about it. And Obama was green as grass in there, including Gregory Jackal, head of the NRC, who was supposed to protect us. He cowered down in the corner like a little, I don't know what you'd call him. Well, a coward. And who's paid to protect us. The NRC, nuclear energy crime syndicate called. And if you don't believe me, look what's going on in news scale. The license was approved. Reyes become millionaires with nothing. They don't have anything. And the head of the NRC worked with him at Idaho National Lab, which approved it. And they let that happen. So the puppet show, make it so. So they sent the USS Reagan in and radiated their own men. So we had a trial. Remember in San Diego, Kevin Blanch was there every day. You know, I'm fighting him. We had a trial. The Judge Yance ruled it goes forward. The California Supreme Court ruled it goes forward. I mean, they just covered it up, radiated their own men. We had a trial. Those guys are dying like in. That's the USS Navy. How come it never went to trial? United States hijacked Supreme Court. Maybe, he voted against it, who's been outed now for taking money from these earth poisoners. By the way, speaking of San Diego, did you see the Bear Monsanto freaking ruling yesterday? Another 300 for the dirt bags. Why would Bear buy Monsanto? Monsanto, who just poisonous us and poisonous us and poisonous us. Oh my God, and it's still spraying it all over the country. Why is my dog getting killed? Let's see. They spray it on the parks. They spray it on your grass. They spray it everywhere. They spray it on your food. And your dog's nose to the ground. You mix up Fukushima fallout with some Roundup, none of us got a chance. Cancer rates have gone psycho. Of course, our treatment's gotten so much better. But longevity headed south in 2012. The tide pool work of Kevin Blanch is the smoking gun. I says, the starfish will go first. Oh, just wasting disease. I'm the guy that physically told you could see the plume. What's the plume? The blob. We call that pseudoknots in the marine biology world. Kevin Blanch, probably the greatest marine biologist in freaking history. I did the tide pool work. Everybody laughed at me, and I'm like, no, it'll take them out first. It's going to wipe out, and then we call that an outlier. I says, you'll believe me when the salmon collapse? The steelhead go to sea for 1 to 2 years. They started to collapse immediately. Will you believe me when the Chinook don't collapse until 2016? Why? Because they go to sea to 5 years. Record returns, Army Corps engineers, those dirtbag liars, again, criminal derelicts who classified Kevin Blanch, that's unarguable, leaked emails out to me and all over to the internet to Kevin Blanch. Now they've scrubbed and pulled him. An insider comes and says they've classified you. Who? The Army Corps engineers. Remember they had live cam on the Bonneville Dam? They're so afraid of me? Really? What a feather in my cap. They try to make a sequel out of me. They tried to make, I have a twin sister named Karen. They tried to make me Kevin and Karen Silkwood. Western Corning's right behind my house. Whoa. Yeah, I'm in the belly of the beast. Weber State University that I used to be the guy at, they blackballed me. Let's see. Wattis, the Sea of Gia. Whoa. Number one school business in the country to last. They try to make a sequel out of me. Well, I fear no fucking evil. And they are evil. What a fight I've had. Why I'm in critical condition. I've had open heart surgery twice. They went after me when I'm in an ICU unit with my chest split open twice. Hacked in my stuff, went after me, slandered me, attacked me. Google went after me while I'm in an ICU unit with my heart pulled out of my chest. I have a pacemaker now. They slandered me to the point they impoverished me. They blackballed me. Well, that's what they do, stand up to these monsters. I'll present the data. 1,000 times over the Becquerel. In the conclusion of this KLK study in June 2011, we have concluded that the isotopes from this nuclear fission event, which are the derivatives that have derived from this, they called it crippled like the towers on 9/11, are already into the column, and there's no stopping it. I'll present the data. I don't do this opinion. So Emmanuel and these freaks are telling you, oh, it's all good. We're testing. Show me. IAEA, they have a track record we know. Credibility is earned. The IAEA is patently well-documented liars. Fukushima. I'm in Austria. I'm there. You remember Amano was head of the IAEA. I talked to him face-to-face and personally in Vienna on the steps of the IAEA when they detained me and threw me in for no reason. And Austrian police saved me. I have the Blanch box in Vienna. And he's like, you can't go to Fukushima. You're out of your mind going there. You'll get cancer. He went. I was in Vienna. I was at the IAEA in Vienna, Austria, when he died out of nowhere. And we reported, well, it wasn't cancer. I'm talking to all the IAEA, including the lead attorneys, whatever. I was so effective there. The lead attorney came out one day. You've caused such a buzz in there because of my science, everything. Everybody got to go. What's your 10 top grievances? I ripped them off so fast, make your head spin. Of course, number one, Fukushima. Now, Obama Dumber has restarted testing. Oh, it's just an underground nuke. And they've said they're going to build the biggest nuke thing. And Tsar Putin has pulled the test ban treaty, so maybe we can go testing at the polygon again. We sent our own troops in Afghanistan and Iraq into the polygon. What's the polygon? When you stage your own troops in the Russian old nuclear test site, one of the most radioactive places on Earth, same in Vegas. So, but, Obama's the one who did that. Right after he got reelected in 2012, yep, he popped one off underground, the exact same thing. Trump fucking doubled, tripled down on it. He's the one that restarted it up in Idaho National Lab going psycho up there. I'm up there all the time. So I present the data. So, okay, let's go real slow. I'll go real slow. They're telling you the seafood's good. So, in August 24th, 2023, they said they're dumping the tank water, which is the greatest red herring in the world. If you don't know what a red herring is, you need to Google it. A red herring is a smoke screen. It's a shiny ball. Take your mind off. In May of 2023, right there where they say they're testing, they did test. The Japan Northern Fishing Alliance, 18,000 becquerels of cesium-137 per kilogram in fish. 180 times over the raised legal limits in Japan. We don't even have a legal limit anymore here in the United States. What? So that was 2 months before they supposedly started dumping the tank water. You think they caught all that water? You've heard of a typhoon? I mean, it's rushing over. 8 spent fuel pools blown to fuck, including MOX fuel. What's MOX fuel? Which is against the law in the United States. Remember, Westinghouse went bankrupt and took Toshiba down with them. Who bailed them out? You did. The World Bank. Oh, that's the World Bank. Oh, no, you're not. Just like here in Ogden, the Swift building. I went crazy over that. This free market fairy tale guy who's anti-government, and then Ogden City buys it and has to do a mega freaking super site cleanup and spend hundreds of millions. Oh, well, we got a government grant. Government grant? Who do you think the government is? You know, your taxpayer dollars. Just like funding the war machines all over the world by you. The war machine, the corporatists, these earth poisoners, funded 100% by the United States taxpayer. And we, representation, taxation, our future without representation. We have no taxation. These puppets, these political puppets, lock, stock, barrel, that's all there is. Imperialist puppets, nuclear energy, crime syndicate puppets. And you're going to believe, I presented the data. I'll put it right in these videos. May 2023, 180 times over the safe legal limit. January 2022, well documented, confirmed. 1,400 becquerels. 14 times over the safe raised limits. June 2011, 1,000 times over the background levels of cesium-137, of strontium-90. These man-made elements only come, Californium, Tennesseeum. You know, I'm the first one that come up with plutonium, and now they're using that at Livermore, California. Remember, I spent Thanksgiving at Livermore. I mean, all the work I've done around the world, and I've been dead on. What did I get for it? I got my chest split open. I got kicked off Medicaid. I got a bill for fucking 1.8. I was a millionaire. Remember, I had all that Tesla stock, had all that Apple. That all started when I hit the fucking superfect on Mine That Bird in the Kentucky Derby. I won well over $100,000. I put it into the markets, and right here on YouTube, I had you shorting silver, had you buy a Tesla. I remember all in Apple. Remember, all those guys in Canada were giving me mine. We're going to go, and then it didn't happen. All in Apple. I went all in Apple. I went in Tesla. I had 30,000 shares of Tesla when it went IPO. What happened? Wasn't meant to be. My grandson did my stock portfolio. I had about $1 million. The freight train called cancer hit me in fall 12 years ago. It's coming right up on that infamous day. It'll be 12. I went to the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11 with no chance to live, uninsured. I had to sell all my stock. My grandson, who's 12 now, the Fukushima, born in March of 2011, he says, I figured up your stock portfolio. My mom showed it to me. Because when I went out, I gave him a copy of it, to pay my bill. You'd be worth $140 million today. Well, I'd have sold it. I wouldn't have held it that long. It wasn't meant to be, was it? No, it's heartbreaking, but I'll take my life. And it was brutal. They chemoed the fuck out of me to the point, blisters on my tongue. My eyes went dull gray, the color of the Great Salt Lake in spring. Blisters down my throat. I weighed 119 pounds, sucked up to nothing. With a central line hanging out of me inside the Utah State Capitol, fighting Blue Castle, fighting fucking New Scale. New Scale gets rich, and I outed him as a scammer, but they just continue. Go give some fucking money to Tim Ballard. Kevin Blanch's the greatest activist in Utah history, and nobody from Utah funded me 1 fucking cent. Thank you to the people in New York. Thank you to the people in Vienna. Thank you to the people, that's basically who's funded me. A few people around the country, thank you. Around here, And I'm 7th generation Utah, trying to save you from you. So I'll present the data. So the United States is doing to their own men again what they did to my father in the Nevada test site. Air Blast 1 nuked him to death. And then I came along. He died later, in the prime of his life. I mean, never had a cavity. None of his family members, none of his brothers and sisters, and he has 8 of them, none of them cancer. He was the most healthy of one. He died in the prime of his life of cancer after being nuked in the Nevada test site, Air Blast 1. Then his son, you think he fucked up his DNA? I've been fighting for my life since I was born. Fucking, I get leukemia, AML, they try to make a sequel out of me. Huh. USS Reagan, make it so. They sent in and radiated the fuck out of them. The United States corrupt. Maybe you can go ask Clarence Thomas how he voted on that. And who gave him the money? Who gave him the money? Again, the United States Supreme Court, fucking United States media, the EPA, Trump, Biden. Remember Trump met with a bee 17 times. What happened to a bee blows my mind, by the way. They're nothing but nuclear energy, freaking imperialist. Which came first? The chicken. If you like nuclear energy, you love nuclear bombs. Spraying depleted uranium all over in the Middle East right now. Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq to get a big old sack. They never did nothing. Depleted uranium over your own men? What's depleted uranium? Why phosphorus? Oh, it comes from nuclear energy. Depleted. The uranium they use is depleted. It's not all the way gone. They make weapons out of it. And it's against international law. But here's the United States again, thumbing their nose in international law. They banned fucking fish from that fucking Pacific Ocean all over Europe. China going crazy? China's on the other side of Japan. They're on the China Sea side, not on the Pacific side. We're the downwinders. Hello? What a fucking government we have. So don't be eating any fish, as Kevin Watch has said for years. Stay untuned from day one. We're just talking 4,600 and what, 12 days today? The greatest marine biologist, the greatest activist in history. What did I get for it? All I ever wanted was my peace of mind. Stay untuned.